Most people aren't overeating because they're broken. They're overeating because calories are sneaky little bastards. They hide in foods that don't feel like real eating. They hide in habits you stop noticing. They hide in salad dressings, oat milk lattes, and the spoonful of peanut butter that turned into a mining operation. Your body still keeps those receipts. If you've ever said, "I barely eat and I'm still not losing fat," I want you to hear me out. You're probably not broken, you're guessing, and the gap between what you think you ate and what you actually ate is where fat loss goes to die. Today, I'm going to walk you through where calories sneak in, why your brain doesn't notice, and the smart swaps that make the whole thing a whole lot easier without turning your life into a misery contest. This is not about food fear, it's about building awareness. And I want to set a quick frame before we go. Calories aren't morality. Food isn't good or bad. A donut isn't a sin, and a salad isn't a virtue. But energy still counts. The first law of thermodynamics doesn't give a shit about your intentions or your supplement stack. What I see in coaching clients over and over is the same thing. And it's not always the meals causing the problem. It's the in-between. The random bites, the random pours, the drinks, the things you don't bother to write down because it didn't feel like you were eating. That's calorie creep. And it's the leak that keeps people stuck. So let's look at where it actually hides. The first one, cooking oils and dressings. Olive oil is great for you. It's also 120 calories a tablespoon. When you free pour that puppy into a pan, you're not pouring a tablespoon, you're pouring 3. That's 360 calories of invisible cooking fat that doesn't show up on your plate. Salad dressing, same trick. A salad with 2 big spoonfuls of ranch is not a diet meal. The dressing made your salad start bulking. Next is liquid calories. This one is also huge. Your body doesn't register calories from drinks the same way it registers calories from food. The research on this is pretty clear. When calories come in liquid form, you don't get the same fullness signal, and you don't compensate at the next meal. You just stack the calories on top. That oat milk latte with a pump of syrup is 300 calories that didn't even slow you down. The different juices, the smoothie that had 4 kinds of fruit, a scoop of peanut butter, protein powder, and a banana the size of a forearm, the coffee that became a milkshake with a caffeine problem. This isn't about banning drinks, it's about knowing the cost. Then there's the health halo aisle. Granola, trail mix, nut butters, protein bars, energy balls, that raw vegan cookie that costs $11. These foods are sold to you as virtuous. So your brain stops counting. 2 tablespoons of peanut butter is 200 calories. Most people eat 4 tablespoons easy. The peanut butter spoon turned into a mining operation. Granola can clock in at about 500 calories per cup. Trail mix is basically dessert with a better PR. Then the random bites, licks, tastes, and restaurant food. The handful of fries off your kid's plate, the crust of toast, the sip of someone else's drink, the cookie at the office. Each one is small, but stacked over a week, it's a meal a day that you didn't write down. And restaurant food is engineered to be eaten. The portions are bigger, the fat and salt are higher, the dishes are designed for taste, not satiety. You're not weak, you're playing on a stacked board. Okay, so why does this happen? Why doesn't your body just stop for you? Well, there's 4 big reasons. The first one, energy density. Foods that pack a lot of calories into a small volume don't fill you up. A tablespoon of oil, a giant bowl of strawberries are roughly the same calories. One satisfies you for 3 hours, the other satisfies you for 30 seconds. And number 2, liquid calories. Those slip past your satiety system. They don't trigger the same hormonal I'm full response that solid food does. And number 3, the portion size effect. The bigger the package or the plate in front of you, the more you eat. This is one of the most replicated findings in nutrition research. Your brain uses the plate as a reference point, not your stomach. And number 4, the health halo. The minute a food is labeled as organic, natural, gluten-free, or clean, people eat more of it and assume it has fewer calories. It doesn't. Tiny leaks sink big ships. Calorie creep is like leaving 12 apps open on your phone battery. Each one is a little drain. Together, they kill you by lunch. But here's the good part. The fix isn't to eat plain chicken and cry into a Tupperware container. The fix is better defaults. Swaps you barely notice that quietly save you hundreds of calories per day. The first one is drinks, because this is the highest leverage area for almost everyone. Sparkling water, diet pop, zero sugar drinks, black coffee, or an Americano instead of that milkshake latte that you got from Starbucks. I know someone's going to throw a hissy fit about diet pop, but here's the practical truth. When people swap sugar drinks for zero-calorie drinks, calorie intake drops and weight management gets easier. Water is great. Diet pop is not the devil. Sometimes fat loss is less about suffering and more about firing up a good old fridge cig instead of drinking 150 calories. Next is volume foods. Foods that fill you up without the calorie tax. Air pop popcorn instead of chips, berries and melon instead of dried fruits, and granola. Baked or boiled potatoes instead of fries. Potatoes actually score higher on the satiety scale than almost any other food we've ever tested. They're not the enemy. The bucket of deep fried fries was. Vegetables, wherever you can fit them, not because they're magic, because they take up real estate in your stomach for almost no calories. Protein, fiber, and lighter sauces. Lean protein at every meal. Chicken, fish, lean beef, Greek yogurt, eggs, tofu, cottage cheese. Protein has the highest satiety per calorie of any macronutrient. It also costs you a little energy just to digest it. Free metabolic perk. For sauces, swap mayo-heavy stuff for mustard, salsas, hot sauces, or a 0% Greek yogurt-based dip for that same flavor punch and a fraction of the calories. Pre-portion your snacks. Eat fruit before dessert. Use a measured spoon for oils or a quick spray instead of free pouring. You don't have to do all of these. Maybe pick 3, run them on autopilot, and watch what happens. Now, the real strategy, because swaps alone won't carry you forever, you need awareness, defaults, and a system you can actually run. Track your food temporarily, not forever, just long enough to stop guessing. 2 to 4 weeks of honest tracking will show you exactly where your calories are going. It's not a personality test, it's a budget audit. Build a few default swaps you don't think about. Default coffee is an Americano. Default your snack as Greek yogurt and berries. Default your sauce to mustard or hot sauce. Default beats willpower every single time. Protect the foods you actually love. Don't waste calories on a granola bar you don't even like when you'd rather have ice cream after dinner. Stop wasting calories on foods you don't even care about. Spend calories intentionally. You're not trying to win a purity contest. You're trying to build a system you can repeat daily, weekly, yearly. And as always, you're not broken. You're not lazy. You're not metabolically cursed. You're just not seeing the leaks. And once you see them, you can plug them. You don't need to track forever, but if you've never tracked, you're guessing harder than you think. Find the leaks, tighten the systems, keep showing up. If you're tired of guessing and want help building a nutrition plan that actually fits your life, the coaching link is in my bio and in the description below. I'll see you guys on the next one.